welcome to episode number 3 in the Back to Basics series. In today's episode, Cindy, we're going to be talking about inexpensive raised beds. So you excited?
Very excited.
So I think with a lot of setups when it comes to beginning gardening, people don't really know where to start, and they kind of look out on the internet and there's a lot of people saying a lot of different things and they can easily get overwhelmed. And when you get overwhelmed, that's when you can usually spend more money than you have to. So I think this video is going to break that down in a really easy way, because these beds behind us are 48 square feet and they cost about $28. And that's getting stuff from kind of Lowe's or your local hardware store prices. So the prices may vary, but around $28, which is really good for this size bed. Now what I will say is there's lots of different options to building raised beds. Cindy, you've probably heard of cinder blocks. You've probably heard of cedar. You've probably heard of just regular pine. So there's lots of different options out there. People can use even logs. There's lots of recycled materials as well, so you can probably do it even cheaper. But using stuff from the hardware store, this is the cheapest option we found. Okay. And the reason why it's so cheap is because we're using untreated wood. So I know that you've always kind of brought up the question, should we use treated versus untreated or cedar, things like that. The reason why we're using untreated is because the longevity of these boards is about 7 to 8 years. But the cost of them is about 2 to 3 times less than cedar is. So I can afford to rebuild these beds about 2 to 3 times before I reach the cost of doing it once with cedar. So if you're on a budget, this is the way to go for sure. So do you have any questions before we get started?
No, I want to see how we can construct them, and you can just give us some more tips on how to, break the cost down for them.
So you're going to be building the beds, so I'm going to be hands off. I'm just going to be the moral support. I can hold a board here and there, but I'm going to have you do it so you can see just how easy it is.
Okay.
All right, Cindy. So we're going to start building the beds now, and the length of the beds for the ends are 4 feet, and the sides are 12 feet. So that's going to make your 48 square feet.
And the height, is there a certain height that it should be in?
Yeah, the height is 10 inches high, and you want to go at least 10 inches high because it's going to make sure that there's enough soil to at least grow in. Any less than that, you're really defeating the purpose of having raised beds. So you can go as high as 12 inches. You can even stack your beds up and do 24 inches. But I find that 10 inches is perfectly fine if you have a good soil base underneath. Now, Cindy, what I did want to mention before we get started is we are not going to be double digging the beds. We're just going to be putting the beds literally right on top of the surface of the soil. Okay. And then what happens when we fill the beds with soil, they don't need any more reinforcements. So you don't have to invest any more money other than screws, 3-inch deck screws, and your boards. And that's really the only cost. That's why we can do it so inexpensively.
So I'm going to put these together. Is there a preference, and you want me to go in like this, or do you want me to go out like that?
Okay, good question. Okay, real good question. So a lot of people, they want to maximize their space, and you actually are going to lose 4 inches doing it my way, but you're going to have a more structurally sound bed. Okay. Since we're not putting a corner post in here to secure it in place, you want as much structural integrity as possible. So what we're going to do is we are going to, instead of going like this and putting your side on the outside of this board, we're going to put it on the inside of this board and screw in this way into the basically into the sidewall this way. Okay. And that way, when you have soil here, there's actually going to be less force, because if you had soil on this side, there's a lot more soil pushing the board out this way, so you're going to have a lot more of a chance of these separating. Whereas like this, the soil is actually going to be pushing against the screws that you're going to put in here, so there might be a little bit of shifting, but there's not going to be a lot.
Okay. All right, guys, so I'm just going to finish off the rest of the raised bed, and we'll check in a little bit.
So nice job, Cindy. First raised bed build. Pretty good if I don't say so myself. What were your thoughts? What did you think?
I enjoyed it. It was a lot easier than I thought it would be, and of course Luke did help here and then, so it made also the job go a lot quicker. So I appreciate that. Thank you.
Well, it's fine. I mean, the thing is that you can have 2 people. It's okay. I think the main takeaway is that one person could do it if it was just one person. But having 2 people is totally fine, and there's no shame in that. But all in all, what were your thoughts? What are your thoughts about these beds?
Super easy. It was nice to learn about the cost, how expensive I can make it, and also how affordable it could be as well. So I think it's a good starting point for people that are looking to maybe not get ingrown gardening, but want to do something like raised beds. So I really enjoyed that.
Awesome. Hey, well, hopefully you enjoyed this episode. If you have any questions, post them in the comments box below. I definitely want to keep these as simple as possible, so hopefully that was done. And we'll catch you on episode number 4. We're going to be talking about soil. So, hey, catch you later. As always, this is Luke
And Cindy.
reminding you to grow big or go home. See ya.